Lads, welcome back to Latin. We're running it back for chapter 6. Last week, you should have learned all this vocabulary, and let's just jump right into it. So, here we have pueri et puellae prope januam manent. So, the boys and girls are waiting near the door. This prope takes accusative down here. So, you should know that it's describing it's a preposition. So, pueri ludere cupiunt. Here we see the infinitive form of the verb. I'll just bring up my good buddy Paint. And I believe I went over this a bit earlier, but basically what you have is... Okay, so there are different... I'll just pick one. Amo. Alright, that's not going to work. Let's try this. Alright, there we go. So we have amo, amare, amawi, it's an A, amatus. So there's four principal parts to a verb. This is one you should already be familiar with. It's the amo, amas, amat, that one. The next one is the infinitive, and that is translated to verb. In this case, to love. And this is the present tense infinitive in the active voice. There's different kinds, but you're not going to meet them for a while. So all you need to know for now is that this are ending is for first conjugation verbs. Second conjugation is ere with a macron. Third, ere with no macron. That's confusing. I'll just delete this. Basically, there's no macron. And fourth is ire. And these two, it's kind of hard to tell them apart. The macron gives it away, but basically the verb should give it away via the root of the verb. So you don't really have to worry about that too much. But you usually translate them to verb. Ludo is to play, so the boys want to play. The magister dicit laborare debetis. So the teacher says, you must work. Here the infinitive isn't translated with to work. It's just you must work. It depends on the context. It's not exact translation to English, but you just have to adapt it into the English language because English is weird. Here we have decimus litteras male scribet. So decimus writes the letter badly. Magister eum ubet litteras iterum scribere. So the teacher, this is eubeo, helps him. This is accusative. To write the letter. And iterum is again. So the teacher helps him write the letter again. Tandem pueri diligenter laborant. So finally, the boys are working diligently. Magister constituit fabulam narrare. The teacher decides to tell a story. And we come down here to the school of Flavius. Quintus ad ludum lente ambulat et saepe consistit, sed Horatia celeriter procedit. So Quintus, here's the verb, ambulat, walks to the school slowly. If you play music, you'll know what lente is. It's just slowly. And this is often or frequently, so he stops frequently. Sed Horatia celeriter procedit, but Horatia proceeds or goes quicker. Prior ad ludum advenit et puella salutat, quae prope januam manent. So she arrives. There's no subject change here, so you just take Horatia, which was the previous subject. Horatia arrives first to the school and greets the girls. This quae is the pronoun who, so she greets the girls who are waiting near the door. Longum colloquium cum Julia facit puella valde pulcra. So she makes long conversation. Yeah, these are both accusative, and they should agree in case, this longum and colloquium. So she makes long conversation. This is the, what's it called? Uh, the conjunction cum, which is with. So it's very rare you see that in actual Latin, but this book loves doing that for some reason. So she makes long conversation with Julia. Um, the girl is a very pretty girl. Quintus in via amicum videt nomine Gaium. So Quintus sees a friend in the road. His name is Gaius. Again, you translate names in the nominative case, even though they're presented as others. Eum mulcat, he calls him. Gaius ad ludum festinat, sed ubi quintum audit, consistit et quid facis quinte inquit. So Gaius hurries to school, but when he hears Quintus, he stops and says, "What are you doing, Quintus?" Festinare debes, sero ad ludum venis. So, you must hurry. Sero ad ludum venis. You are going to be late, or you are coming late to school. I am hurrying. So Quintus responded, non sero venimus, Guy. Quintus responds, we are not late, Gaius. Gaium ubet manere. He orders Gaius to wait. Ille anxious est, sed manet. So he is anxious, but he waits. And itaque Quintus et Gaius lente ad ludum procedunt. This que, when you add it on the end of a word, it usually means and so this would be and so. Quintus and Gaius walk slowly or proceed slowly to school. Now we have Ceteri pueri iam adsunt. So the the other children are already there. Magister e Janua exit eos ubet entrare et sedere. So the teacher exits the door and orders them to enter and sit. Pueri ludere cupiunt, puellae laborare. So the boys want to play, and the girls are working. Magister ubi nec quintum nec Gaium videt, erratus est et clamat, cur non adsunt Quintus et Gaius. So the teacher, when he sees neither Quintus nor Gaius, he is angry and shouts, Why are Quintus and Gaius not here? Cur sero veniunt? Why are they late? Yikes. Tandem intrant Quintus et Gaius et magistrum salutant. So finally, they enter and they greet the teacher. Sed ille clamat, cur sero venitis mali pueri estis. But he shouts, Why are you late? You are bad boys. Uh-oh. Ubet eos celeriter sedere. So he orders the boys to sit quickly. Deus sedent pueri et magistrum audiunt. So finally, or at long last, they sit and the boys listen to the teacher. Um, Deo clamat magister et litteras docet. So for a long time, the teacher shouts and teaches letters. I guess in English it would be how to teach them how to write letters, but it's kind of weird like that. Pueri litteras and tabuli scribunt. Um, so the boys, uh, actually in this case, pueri would be better translated as children instead of just boys. It's kind of a context thing, but yeah. So the children write in tablets. Magister tabula spectat et litteras corrigit. So the teacher watches their tablets and corrects the letters. Decimus puer magnus et stultus litteras aegre discit. So Decimus, who is a big and foolish boy, learns the letters with difficulty. Magister eum ubet tabulam ad se fere. The teacher helps him, or the teacher orders him, sorry, to bring the tablet to him. The se is reflective of magister. Tabulam spectat, he looks at his tablet. Decime inquit asinus es litteras non recte scribis. So he says, Decimus, uh, you're 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 an A word basically. What is this? You do not write the letters correctly. That's harsh. Decimus eras magister inquit asinus non sum. So Decimus is, you're wrong, teacher, he says. I'm not an A word. Litteras recte scribo. Ecce. I'm writing the letters correctly. Look. Litteras iteram scribit, sed Flavius impudens est decime inquit, sed asinus litteras non recte scribis. But Flavius says, Decimus, you are an A word. You are not writing the letters correctly. That's a good friend right there. Deo laborant pueri. So the boys are working for a long time, or the children are working for a long time. Tandem Julia diligenter laboramus magister inquit. Finally, Julia says, we are working diligently, teacher. Litteras bene scribumus feci sumus. So we are writing the letters well. We are tired. Itaque debes nos domum dimittere. Um, so you must send us home. This is the nos, the pronoun I discussed in an earlier lesson. Flavius eam benigne spectat. So Flavius looks at them kindly. Ita vero inquit diligenter laboratis pueri. So, is this yes? Yeah, it is yes. So he says yes. You are working hard, children, and so I order you to return home. Ceteri laeti domum festinant, sed Flavius decimum iubet in ludo manere. So the others happily return home, but Flavius helps or orders. Okay, this is a bad habit, but help is a different verb. So Flavius orders Decimus to wait in school. Tu decime inquit debes litteras iteram scribere. So Flavius says, you, Decimus, must write your letters again. Itaque Decimus in ludo miser sedet dum cetere in rea ludunt. And so Decimus sits in the school miserably while the others play on the street. What a tragedy. There's this story here, but yeah, I'm gonna skip that. What's happening here? Oh, they moved all the grammar to the uh, huh. They're out of order the pages. But anyways, um, I guess you can read all this. We kind of went over most of this stuff already in the earlier chapters, but you can go over that if you want. For next time, we're just gonna go over chapter 7, learn this vocabulary, and yeah, I'll see you then.